Hi everyone, Laura and Lauren here from Lauren's lovely little library. Lauren's a school teacher, which is why she's been helping us out, as well as being an Usborne Books Organiser. So you can see her link below this video, and there's also another link below this video, which Lauren will talk about later, which is the guidance givers, something that you will definitely want to take part in. But today, on our final day of tips for back to school, we are talking homework. So obviously children have started school or gone back to school, and homework is part of their lives, which means it is part of your life. So how do we help our children with their homework? So with the really young ones as well, I've not had to deal with it, but it's going to be coming. Yeah. What can we do?
I would say just as soon as you can, get into a routine. So you know that pretty much throughout their whole school life they will have probably some spellings to learn. I mean, early on it will be like sounds in a letter bag or something, and reading. And those really are the daily pieces of homework that you'll need to do. Different schools get you to do it for different amounts of time and in different ways, but essentially those sorts of, especially reading, is one that across all the schools that I've ever been in, daily reading homework. I would just say establish sort of some kind of routine of when you do it. Some people find it works really well as soon as they get in from school. Let's do 5-10 minutes of your reading book.
Yeah.
Others find that their children have to come in, have a bit of chill time, relax, have a chat like we've spoken about before, and then sort of maybe before dinner while it's cooking they can be reading to you. Or you know, when they're older it's a bit easier because they can read bits on their own, you can talk afterwards.
Yeah. When
they're little you really have to sit with them and
I
follow through.
Having to do that with my mum. So my mum so sometimes it would be, the one that I can really remember is that we would have had dinner because she'd be doing the washing up.
Yeah.
She'd have us sitting down next and we'd be doing our reading. So she'd be doing her washing up whilst we're learning. So killing two birds with one stone. So that's what my mum used to do. So I think that'll be coming into our house.
Yeah, I think just having that time in whatever way works for you. You know, teachers can suggest do it as soon as you get in, or have a break for an hour and then do it. Some children that wouldn't work for, because having had a break they won't want to go back to it. So
exactly.
It's sort of finding your feet in that first week or so, working out when's best for you, and actually empower your children and ask them, do you want to do your reading now, or do you want to do it before tea or after you've finished tea? But having time for homework. And I know lots of schools have sort of like a weekend homework activity. Again, some people will earmark Friday evening, let's get it done, then we've got all weekend to enjoy ourselves. Others will say, let's enjoy the weekend, Sunday evening, then we'll do our homework. But it's finding ways that work for you. But do earmark time. Don't just quickly do 5 minutes now and then we'll do 5 minutes in the car. And that it doesn't, from my experience, it doesn't work.
No, I can imagine that. No, you really need to have set routines.
Yeah.
So my biggest concern now is that Holly is going to start obviously having to learn the alphabet. So being 3 years old, she's right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Traditionally it used to be ABC, and I was really confident I can teach her that, but now we've got phonics and I don't know phonics. Like I can kind of, obviously I know some of it, but to teach her, and I've been watching the Alpha Box on the CBeebies, that's quite handy.
Brilliant.
But how am I going to help her with that?
Yeah, I think a lot of parents find the thought of phonics really overwhelming because you know, when we were at school it was Letterland, wasn't it? Apple and Bouncing Ben, and they don't teach them like that anymore. They teach them basically about sounds. So instead of A, it's A, and then B is B, and it's when you actually think about the words and break them down, like cat, rather than CAT, it's cat. Cat. So for an adult who thinks, oh, phonics, I don't know what phonics is, you will learn very quickly. And also you'll learn from your children. They will have sort of 1 sound or 2 sounds a day that they will learn at the beginning, and they'll come home and go, yeah, Mama, I learned about t, t, t. And they might say, you know, it's the sound of a pencil on a table, t, t, t. And all the things they learn from school, that's why those conversations when they come home from school that we were talking about in the previous days, that's why that time is so brilliant, because you can learn with them, and I think that's the best way that you can learn. I mean, I have sort of things that can help practice phonics and things at home, but they will be sent home with reading books that are suitable for them, for the sound that they're learning that week. But these phonics readers books are really fantastic. Because at the back of all the books they have like a little overview of the ways that you break up all the sounds. So you can see, like at the back, this is obviously Ted shed. So at the back they have the word shed, and it's broken down into sh, d, so you know how they would sound out the word. Because not every word is phonetically decodable, and some words they will just have to learn.
Okay. I was thinking that when I was starting to break down some of the words, and I thought, how are they going to do this?
It is really, and when they get into it, the children will automatically do this. So when they start writing and you say, oh, how are you going to spell rain? They're like, rain. Now, we know as adults, there's loads of ways to spell A. You can A-Y, A-I, A-E, there's loads of different ways. But actually, at the beginning, it's not about them getting it right. It's about them just using their phonics knowledge. But there are loads of phonics books and resources that I can help people with if they want.
And Lauren's going to put them underneath the video. So if you do want help with that, which I think is really good to build up our confidence to be able to teach them as well, because they will look to us as well as to the teachers.
Definitely.
That would be really helpful. So what about learning to write? So is there anything that you can help with for that?
That's one I prepared earlier. Again, there are loads of different things, and they don't even necessarily have to be Usborne books. These are just ones that, obviously, being an organiser, I have my hands on. But things like these white clean books are brilliant.
They are great. Holly's got them and she loves it already. She's doing all the letters, and it's brilliant that you can see her doing them and she's loving it.
Yeah, and on the whole, as a teacher, I think I did a post about this on my page last week about kids love a whiteboard. It comes with a whiteboard pen. They write on it, they rub it out. They're not scared to make mistakes because it's just removable. It's not there permanently on a piece of paper.
And they can come back and do it again, because then that's like repetition, isn't it? And you really learn.
Exactly. And it is that saying, practice makes perfect. So there's loads of book numbers, letters, there's ones for older children with adjectives and grammar and spelling and things, but those are really great. But I think the important thing to sort of start off as your way of thinking is that they go to school to learn, and that anything at home it's brilliant and it's extra and bonus, but they spend so much of their little lives at school that when they come home it's just about consolidating what they've learned to help them do their homework, help them do their reading, and it's great if they have that enthusiasm for a topic. Like, I've had children when we do the Great Fire of London that go home and they want to go to the library and research, and that's lovely, but it's school and home
don't need to overload at home.
They don't need to be the same. Sort of thing.
So something else which Lauren can really help with is kind of the whole homework thing, is the guidance givers that you've now set up. Tell us all about that.
I'm very excited about guidance givers. Basically, I've set it up with my partner, Connor. Both of us are primary school teachers. He sort of has specialised over the years in the older years, whereas I've been sort of predominantly in the younger years, year 2, year 3. But we have a good sort of overall understanding of the curriculum and what the children need and cover at school. But we just decided that we wanted to set up guidance givers as a means for parents to have the confidence to help their own children. I get asked time and time again, should I get a tutor for my child? I was tutored as a child, and it worked for me, but actually on the whole I don't think you need a tutor. There is a time and a place for them, but I think the main reason for parents going to get a tutor for their child is because they feel they can't do it themselves.
Right.
And I think we would argue that with the right guidance and showing you how to do the things as teachers that we are teaching them in school, you can help your own child. You don't need to spend hundreds of pounds on a tutor, because you can do it yourself. And as a parent, you know your child better than anybody else. Their teacher might know what level they are at for reading or how many spellings on the whole they get every week, but you know them as a person, and you will be able to come up with ways of, like incentivising the things that they have to learn. I know you find taking away really difficult, but I know this method that I think you've been taught in school, and let's practice it on a whiteboard. Let's practice it using bath crayons along the bath. And you will know all those little ways to make it more exciting.
That's the thing, because I think for me, like I don't have very much patience when it comes to teaching, and I've always been like that, because I think, and I really do try, and it will be interesting to see how it happens with Holly, because if obviously she should know something, and if she finds it difficult, so would you help people on how to kind of overcome, working on my patience to be able to help them? Yes,
and I mean, I think a lot of that sort of that the patient that you're talking about, like you said, if she should understand something and she's finding it difficult, I think what we wanted from this group was to give parents an outlet of, what, my child doesn't know their 5 times tables, what can I do to help? Of course Connor and I can suggest things to you, but then other parents within the group can say, we jumped up the stairs and counted in 5s, or we
That's
got
a really good idea.
loads of gloves out, and we went 5, 10, 15, 20, you know, and it's creating that community where actually don't cart them off to a tutor, because and again, like we were saying time and time again, it gives you that quality time together. I mean, it is difficult and it is frustrating. I know at school I have an awful lot of patience. With Eli at home, I sometimes don't have a lot of patience. We all have that. But I think if you understood the methods that Holly was learning at school or at preschool, then you'd become less frustrated, because you're almost learning alongside each other.
And I think that would be really helpful. So is it free to join this group?
Yeah,
and is it,
it's absolutely free. So it's on Facebook. If you type in Guidance Givers, it will come up.
Yeah, and I'll put it underneath this video.
Yeah, and it's a free group. It's a platform. I mean, at the moment we've posted sort of links to useful apps and games that we've used in school that work really well. We've posted links to websites that we like. We've uploaded resources about phonics and writing and things like that. There's going to be lots more to come once obviously the school year starts. But it can be that, you know, or they're adding at school, and we all learnt with the column method, and we just learnt the mechanics of it. They're taught so differently now.
And I think that's what's difficult, because obviously we think about how we were taught, and we then need to relearn, which is what we were saying before. And obviously with the phonic books, which is why it would help us as parents. So a group like this would be really, really good. And I guess because it's on Facebook, are you you're basically focusing across the UK? You're not kind of like just for Kent
it's open to anybody that wants to join.
So which means you get even more ideas, because you've got like different schools doing different things and stuff like that.
So
I think that's brilliant.
Hopefully it'll be useful.
And how long is that? So you've only just kind of been running for that a little while.
We've started it. We started it at the very end of July, so it hasn't been going for very long. There's a competition on at the moment.
Oh, brilliant!
If you refer your friends, you can win some books and things. So just get involved, check it out. There's a few questions to answer at the beginning with the ages of your children, so we know, you know, if we've ended up with loads of children in year 3, 4 and 5, then that's predominantly what we focus on. But at the moment it's open for all ages, as a platform and a community really to help parents.
So that is it for our tips. So that was 5 days worth of back to school tips and starting school. So we've covered quite a lot. If you want to talk about anything, if you're anxious about your children starting, you can always take part in the Kent Mum Tribe, which is the group that I have.
That's brilliant. That group is a really great group.
So we're nearly at 500 mums, which is amazing. So it's really about kind of helping each other out, keeping it really light, but talking about, you know, any issues you might have. And back to school, I think, will be quite a big one. And probably some people having a glass of wine, like you say, celebrating that the children are back. But really hope you enjoyed all of these videos. Do follow Lauren with the Lauren's Lovely Little Library and the Guidance Givers. Let us know what you thought, what helped you, and when your children do go back, please do let us know in the comments below if you used any of the advice. And also, if you do buy any of Lauren's books, send us a little picture so that we know that you're using them. And thank you so much, and good luck. It will be brilliant. Whatever happens, it will be brilliant. So just enjoy it, and make sure you get those really cute first day to school pictures. So, and we'd love to see them as well. All right then, thanks so much everyone. Bye. Cool.
Done.
I am going to do one last video.
Go.
Of a like a snippet of like, watch out for these videos, because I can post that this week, so that it will be I think we're just going to have to do it on Monday and go through, because otherwise it's just not going to, because I want it to be Monday. Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
It'll be fine.
So right. Hi everyone, Laura from On the Doorstep here, and Lauren from Lauren's Lovely Little Library.
Hello.
We have got something very exciting coming up for you next week. We are bringing you a 5-part series of back to school tips and advice. So we are going to be bringing you a video every day next week, just short little videos covering things like back to school, confidence, how us mums are going to deal with our children going to school and how it's going to impact us, and also how to deal with homework. So Lauren is actually a teacher, so she's got some really, really good insights and tips for us. So join us next week for the back to school tips.